Yeah. Empty bottles of red wine laying on the floor from last night. We got a little drunk, yeah. Now I'm a little numb. Spending hours by your bedside, talking till it's dark out somehow. Can get you off my.
Hi, you guys. Welcome back. Snap Cockle Talk. I'm your host, Lacey.
I'm Monica.
And today is Freestyle Thursday. I thought I'd kind of throw in a little excitement in here.
Where's the confetti?
Is it going to do it? No? I'm not crazy, y'all, okay? I'm just. Let me see if it was. Let's see. No?
No. You sure you're not going to
It's- I'm expecting some. I'm expecting it to rain graffiti.
you what's in that cup over there? I mean, you say you don't drink. Are you sure?
Fruit punch.
I think they might put a little, they spiked your fruit punch or something.
Fruit punch, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It's all innocent. I was hoping some graffiti was gonna come down with my excitement.
That's what you do. Okay.
It is Freestyle Thursday, y'all, and anything goes on Freestyle Thursday.
I see. I see.
Anything goes on Freestyle Thursday. So today, oh, that's what I wanted to talk about.
What is that?
Huh?
What's that?
Edwards. Okay, so one of our topics, y'all. Okay, so Anthony Edwards, he was a basketball player that got a girl knocked up and didn't want nothing to do with the baby. And the girl swindled him out of $100,000 wanting to have an abortion or whatever. But she didn't get the abortion.
Oh.
She kept the money.
Well, that's on you then. That's on you. Because you told me you were having an abortion
that you were gonna
and you didn't. It. So that's on you.
Because I mean he didn't want the child with her. And he told her he didn't want to have a child with her. He didn't want anything to do with her or the baby or anything like that to get an abortion. And
she agreed. Okay, that's on you.
He gave her $100,000, even though that ain't how much it costs.
That's on you.
And she had this baby, and then took him to court for child support.
Oh hell no! Nope. That's on her.
She took him to court for
$100,000 should be more than enough because
But no, get this. But when he goes to court, he pays his 18 years up front. Bam.
I've been done that.
I'm done with you.
Done that.
And so, listen, I'm a mother. I'm a child support recipient.
Me too.
And I applaud this man.
Because she knew going in what the terms were and she agreed. You can't backtrack from that.
Yeah. When that man gave her $100,000 for a child that he did not want.
And she said she didn't want.
That shit, well, even if she did want it, but he told her to get rid of it, and she said, okay, for $100,000, I will.
So therefore she didn't want it.
Let's say that's how that went. Then you decide to keep the baby, I'm gonna need for you to make that $100,000 work.
Exactly. For how you better stretch it out.
Because a regular parent that's getting child support not getting nowhere
near. You
might can stretch it 50 at best. And that's if he had a decent job. But other than that, no. So you should have made that $100,000 work. But I applaud this man. He didn't lie to you. He did not want nothing to do with you. And for all I know, you could have got pregnant on purpose, like a trickery.
Wait, did they do a DNA test?
I'm sure. I'm sure he probably did.
Okay,
I'm sure he
because
probably
some
did.
some don't. They just go with it and pay for it and be done.
I hope he didn't do that.
I'm just saying.
But he had, I think they were saying something about he has like 3 or 4 other kids with 3 or 4 different women. It doesn't really matter
Not
how
another
many he
Nick
got.
Cannon, please.
Well, I don't. I think it's just look at his place in life.
But still,
so these women are throwing themselves.
I'm not wishing anything on them, but men that are in sports, anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen, and he's young, so he clearly is still mentally growing.
Yeah.
And being that I think if let's say there was some protection done, like they used protection, and she got pregnant, he doesn't know if it was a setup. He doesn't know. All he knows is he has no plans of parenting a child with this woman, and he told her so. Oh, you need to get rid of it. It was, I think she put it out there, or a text message or something as proof that he was disowning her and the child. But you swindled this man out of $100K because you didn't get rid of the child. You should have made it work when you decided to keep the baby.
That was more than enough.
Because, honey, it don't even cost it. Because it don't even cost $1,000 to get an abortion.
Because, like you said, had he been a normal person, she wouldn't have gotten anywhere near that.
Gotten near that. So you should have made it work.
You would have been good to get $200, maybe $300 a month.
So I'm gonna say that I applaud him. You gonna force me to go to court? I'm gonna give you what you want because you greedy. It's not even gonna last.
It's not.
You're not even gonna keep the money because you don't know how to spend it.
Because when she found out she was pregnant, like everybody else, all she saw was dollar signs. That's all she saw. In the NBA, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit back, let this belly grow, eat lobster.
She was ready for them stretch marks.
Hermes.
Yeah. So it's like
Dolce & Gabbana.
He paid her all 18 years, bam, and I'm done with you.
Can we sign an NDA?
So whatever growth this man has later on in life, you can't touch it.
Will not benefit from one bit.
You can't touch it.
And I would make sure that I need my lawyer to sign up NDA.
I commented on that post and I said on there, like, I'm like you. Like we spoke on the other young man that was in the NFL player. He should have put a clause in there that said, I'm going to pay her up front, but I want a percentage of this money to go into a trust fund for this child that she says need this money.
And and if it were me,
because it's not the child's fault,
right? If it were me, that's what I would ask for. I would ask for at least 60%, 60 to 70% of this to go in a trust for the child. Yeah. So when he gets older, if he decides to go to college, because like I said, college is not for everyone. So when he gets older, he or she will have something to fall back on. I'm not trying to take care of the mama. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure that my child is taken care of.
That part. And I really hate it because 2 irresponsible adults created an innocent baby who now has to go through this between the 2 of them and not have a father in his or her life. But you bust your tail doing a lot of lying, conniving, sneaking around to get this money. I'm going to give it to you. I'm giving you all of it up front because I don't want to look at your face again. So, but I want a majority of this money to go into an untouchable trust for this child that she done had.
Yeah.
Since I'm giving her money.
And yes, I know a portion of it will be used for this and for that. But no, I'm not trying to make sure that the mama is looking good with 40-inch weave and all these designer handbags and the top-notch clothes. No. Yeah, but yes, some of it will be used for household expenses. I know that.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to make sure she's looking better than my child.
Yeah. And if she is as young as she is, I think she is, then yeah, she's gonna blow through that money.
Yep.
And if she don't, her family gonna help.
It'll be gone in 6 months.
Her family gonna help her blow through.
9 months tops. It ain't gonna last the whole year.
Somebody else gonna scheme her out of it. It's gonna be something.
They're not even gonna have to scheme her out of it.
It's gonna be
if she's young, they're not gonna have to scheme her out of it.
Flaunting it around. Okay, well, we're going to get past that story. That was just one of the stories that I knew I wanted to talk about. I just could not think of this young man's name for nothing. But On my headline, I think I put that the students are walking out of class in protest at Sheffield High in Sheffield, Alabama.
Alabama.
So the story on that is that basically these kids is fed up with being in a school that's filled with substitute teachers.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Substitute teachers, limited access to the bathroom, and harsh punishment for when they're tardy.
Why? Where are the teachers?
I have no idea. They saying that basically they're sitting in class doing nothing because these substitute teachers, they're not doing anything. They're not certified to do anything. So,
but hand out worksheets.
They're sitters, is what they are. Classroom sitters.
Very few subs do work unless you have a teacher. Mm-hmm. Unless you have a teacher, like you said, unless you have a teacher that has an outline and left specific things for them to do, they just pass out worksheets.
If that, because I don't have plenty of substitute teachers and be like, well, I really don't know what you guys are working on. There was nothing left out.
Y'all can study because y'all have a quiz. So y'all have a quiz on Friday.
If you want to do some more homework in another class, like you said,
you get in your study groups.
Just if y'all want to talk amongst each other, but keep the tone down.
I even had a sub. We used to have this was back in the day. We used to have a TV in the back of the room. We can watch a movie if you want to. We gotta, you gotta keep it down. Mm-hmm. Don't tell nobody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did that too. That's the only way I learned was by movies. Because, I didn't know how to read, but.
I remember one time, I'll never forget it. I walked in the classroom, and guess who my sub was? My sister. My sister was my substitute teacher.
Listen.
Do you know how weird it was to call my sister Miss Redden? I was like,
I'd have been walking up there speeding. They call my sister Speedy. Listen, we're not at home. You need to call me. You need to call me by my name. I'm like, girl, I'm not thinking about no yes sir, no yes ma'am to you. I'm not telling you that. You are not my mother.
My friends was like, is that your sister? Like,
wow. But you did say that was a gal.
7 years.
7-year gal. Wow. Oh, that's weird. I don't know if I can sit in the class. Like I said, I don't know if I can sit in the classroom and look up there and see my sister as my son.
Luckily, it was only one day.
Girl, what class was it?
I don't even remember the class. It was high school though.
Ooh, wee.
No, it wasn't high school. It was middle school. No, yeah, it was high school. It was high school. I don't remember what class.
Well, these kids, they are very fed up, and they deserve to be fed up. Everybody ain't going to school just for attendance. A lot of these kids, they want to be taught, they want to be educated, they have plans, they have futures, they have scholarships that they have in place.
I will say that there are some students that actually do want to go to school to learn.
And the fact that this school thought it was okay to do these minority students, these black students like that. Is the school predominantly black? I'm not too familiar with this school, but these are black students that are protesting.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So I'm going to assume that this is a predominantly black school, and these kids want to be taught, and they have to protest that they want to be taught. That's bad.
That is a shame.
That is bad.
Normally, you have to make kids go to school. These kids want to go to school to learn.
They are walking out of the classroom because they're tired of walking in that door and seeing a sub that don't know what to do.
So when it comes test time, they don't know anything.
They don't know anything. They're having to teach themselves. The parents should have been out there with them.
Yeah, they should have.
The parents should have been raising some type
But
of
you know
awareness.
what? I don't blame them because schools get state funding.
Yeah.
State and government funding. So what are they being funded for if they're not learning anything?
I mean, it's crazy that they're having a teacher shortage. And right now, with how dangerous it is to teach at schools, I can understand why people, especially teachers, certified teachers, are scared to go to work. But you really can't even just evaluate your school system because it's happening randomly.
But you know what? It's not just at schools. It's everywhere.
Yeah, so it's everywhere. So what do? That's like it's dangerous for nurses and doctors too, but they still get up and go to work.
Yeah, it's yeah. I would say it's more dangerous for them than anybody.
Because it's got to be done. You know, that's why they have security and police officers and stuff at these hospitals because people come up in there and act a donkey.
Yeah.
Just because they're not being seen fast enough or they didn't hear what they wanted to hear. You know, so
they didn't get the drug that they felt they needed to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or because they left one hospital going to another hospital because they got something here, not knowing that everything is a system. Mm-hmm. Everything is tied in together.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. I mean, I really hope they can come to some type of a solution for these kids because they should not have to beg y'all to be educated. This is a system that is put in place for them to use, a resource for them to gain access to knowledge in life. And for them to have to beg y'all to do a job that y'all employed to do is crazy.
But you know what? There is one thing I will say. Teachers are getting younger and younger.
Yeah, and I'm not against them having young teachers. They got to start out somewhere, you know. But I'm against y'all coming... Y'all, let me not say y'all.
But
I'm against teachers.
My thing about that is I think young teachers shouldn't be in high school. I don't think
that's because they graduating early and they're not ready for society.
But
they feel like they equipped because they went through school.
Or, I mean, if they're going to be in high school, I think it's a process. I think you should start out in elementary and work your way up because I think with their being in high school and closer to their peers, it's going to put that urge there to have those personal relationships, those sexual relationships,
and to be disrespected.
Yeah. Because they're going to feel like, okay, well, we close in age. So, you know, you can come out there and get them hands.
Like, girl, you ain't even legal. Go sit down.
So,
you a minor like me.
And that's when you're going to be like, oh, you fine, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Mr. So-and-so, you got a body on you. Yeah, you ain't my mama age. You my age, you know.
Hell, I'm in my 40s. And just what? Only like 2 or 3 years ago, I had a young one chasing after me at work. Talking about, what's up, shorty? 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 I said, boy, go sit down. Go sit down. I'm old enough to be your mama. And no, I ain't looking for no kids. I got kids at home already. I like my men grown and strong. Go sit down. He didn't have a muscle in place. Go sit down.
That don't mean he couldn't pick you up.
Can't drop me. I don't think so. Talking about let me know if you need some help. Boy, if you don't get out of my face. Get out of my face. I am not attracted to the young and the restless.
You had to throw that restless in there. Got some stamina. Don't know when to stop.
I need them grown and strong. I have my man already.
Ooh,
but I need them grown and strong. Over here, you still Gerber. You still burping Gerber.
Come here, let me burp you. Burp.
So I don't see how they do it. at all. But I know I can't. I cannot. I cannot.
Yeah, no.
I
I
cannot.
think I have talked to a younger. How much younger was he than me? I want to say he was like maybe 3 years younger than me.
That's not young.
It
I,
is to me. I like older men.
I've never talked to a younger guy. I have never. Either you're the same age as me or you're older than me.
But before that, I was like, you too. Even if they were the same age as me, I was like, you too young.
And even being older, I have a gap. I have an age cutoff because I already have a daddy.
Yeah, I like them older.
I have a daddy already, so
I like them older, and if they were dark when I was younger, you could be cute. I don't know if you were dark. I would not date a dark man at all.
really.
Yeah, call me prejudiced if you want it. I don't care how cute he was. If he was darker than me, But I wouldn't do.
She had a prejudice, y'all.
But I wouldn't date a high yellow either. But if he were dark, but
now, now growing up, I dated a dark skinned guy, a real dark skinned guy. But he was a pretty dark skin. He took care of himself. He dressed nice, looked nice. He was very attractive. I've dated a Hispanic guy. I have dated a mixed guy. I have dated a light skinned guy.
You were just
a
chasing
high
the rainbow.
yellow guy. I have dated everybody else was just a shade or two darker than me.
The rainbow.
I have never and probably will never date another counterpart for me. Not prejudice, just preference.
No, I don't think. Well, it don't count. I was in kindergarten.
We back to that. What did he do for you again? What he do? What did he do?
He gave me some chocolate chip cookies. He gave me the chocolate chip cookies that was in his lunchbox.
I can't with her, y'all. I can't. We talked about that topic. I can't remember what the topic was, and we were
but you know what? I
about.
remember
But
his name was Timothy,
it's on YouTube.
and he was a redhead.
We talked about that, and it's on YouTube, y'all. So if y'all want that story on this girl right here, and her little redhead boyfriend. But those, like I said, those are some little cute memories right there.
Gosh.
They really are.
I wonder, where is he now?
Do you remember his name?
All I remember is Timothy. I don't remember his last name.
Well, no, that ain't gonna be enough. You need more than Timothy. You need a middle name to go with it or something, so we can call him out. Maybe he'll say, "Hey, that's me." Monica, is that you?
But you know what? Speaking of kindergarten and chocolate chip cookies, y'all, my mom used to work at. We had a Kroger. It's where Super One is. My mom used to work at Kroger, and it was one time my mom brought me my lunch. It was hot and fresh. I had 2 chocolate chip cookies in there. This little fat boy, I cannot remember what his name was. My cookies. He went in my kindergarten teacher names. Her name was Miss Sims. My mom brought me my lunch. Miss Sims gave her my lunch. She put it in the little closet thing. The doors open and you can put it on the little shelves.
Mm-hmm.
He was watching her put my lunch in there. He went in there, opened the little cellophane up, and ate my warm chocolate chip cookies.
Let me ask you this: were you a sack lunch bringer?
Yes.
That's why he ate your food. He done seen what you bring.
But why you have to eat it on that day? And she went around. She knew. Everybody knew he ate it because she went around and asked everybody. You want to know how we know he ate it?
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Because he had chocolate all around his mouth from the chocolate of the cookies. Oh, I want to beat him up.
He had all that cookie residue left over.
Little fat.
I didn't eat it.
It wasn't me, Miss Rose. Well, before she got married, her name was Rose. Then she got married.
You think about Kindergarten Cop when he picked up the little fat chunky boy. He eating people food.
Yes. He said, "Stop it." I love that movie, especially when he was saying he had a headache. It might be a tumor. It's not a tumor.
That's the movie. I love that movie.
I can watch that movie over and over.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to see if I can find that movie, Kindergarten Cop. I love that movie. I love that movie. She says, "Not that tumor."
That's what he said.
That is too funny. I can't with you.
That's what he said.
I cannot with you.
I'm trying to see if I can remember his name. I see if he's still living. Maybe he probably been on my 600-pound life, going around eating everybody cookies. Cause she brought me two chicken legs and 2 chocolate chip cookies. She said I can get some. I don't know why she made me drink milk, knowing I'm lactose intolerant. But she said you can get some milk.
No, they really be encouraging kids to eat that nasty food and stuff.
Nope. I brought my lunch. And when my daddy would fix my lunch, I promise you, y'all, he would pack my lunch like I'm going on a trek. I have about 2 or 3 sandwiches, a big old bag of chips, 3 or 4 drinks. I have enough lunch for 2 or 3 people, and I'm in kindergarten. It wouldn't fit in a regular lunchbox. He would bring my lunch in a bag.
A brown bag?
Yes. A brown grocery bag.
You were spoiled, and so that's not what you wanted. Your mama brought your lunch in what?
She would bring my lunch about if my mama didn't make my lunch and I bring it in the morning, she would bring my lunch. What time I think we ate lunch. Kindergarten, we ate lunch about 10:30 or 11. So if she brought it and wanted it to be hot, she would bring it right before we ate.
But was she having it in like a canister or?
It depends on what it was. But if she, like that day, she brought it on one of the little trays and just wrapped it in the cellophane.
And then your daddy come in with the brown bag special.
It was in the brown grocery bag.
At least he tried. At least he tried. At least he tried. At least it wasn't plastic.
Why he just couldn't put it in a lunchbox?
Which one would have been worse? Plastic.
He could have just put it in a lunchbox. That way, it would have been enough for me.
Did you have a lunch bag? Did you have?
Yes, I had a lunchbox. That was during my Annie phase.
You know, when I went to school, I was embarrassed to take a sack lunch to school.
I wasn't gonna eat that nasty cafeteria.
I was embarrassed to take a sack lunch.
The only time,
because the food at our school was always good.
Well, I think in kindergarten, they would bring it to us. We could have ate the food there, but I wanted my lunch.
Baby, that little scrap pizza was lit.
That was the only time I wanted it, was on the pizza
that
day.
goulash was on point.
That didn't look right to me.
That little rice and chicken casserole, tetrazzini, whatever, that was good. I didn't want no sack lunch, because when my stepmama made us sack lunch, it was always some uneven, fat, thick cut bologna.
Ham and cheese.
So I always acted like I didn't have no sack lunch, that I forgot my food, so I can go get me something out the hot lunch. I keep doing it for so long, and they send the note home to your parents, and then I gotta whoop them.
They would always send out the menu. One side was the lunch, and the other side was the breakfast.
You circle what you want.
They having pizza this day, so I want pizza this day.
And I hated it the older I got. Like by the time I got to 5th grade, and you circle what you want, that way they know what to make and how much to make of it, right? And then you get there and they don't even have it.
I like pizza and steak fingers.
Then you gotta get. I couldn't stand steak fingers. Ugh, I couldn't stand it.
Why you gotta make that face?
Ugh. That's a meal they could have did without.
I like the steak fingers.
Ooh, I couldn't stand. Just the thought of it. Just the thought of steak fingers. Oh my God.
Really? No.
Man, I don't know if it's because they was halfway burnt or what.
Really?
Ugh. I can't. But like I said, growing up, I wasn't surrounded around no cooks. They scorched eggs. They scorched water. I ain't lying. Like, you go and boil a pot of water, and this thing, you know, the water done evaporated out the pot. Like, ain't nothing left. They be done forgot about it. So it's like, no. I'm glad I know how to cook. My kids were blessed. I learned how to cook. And my mom she wasn't a bad cook, but she was limited to what she could cook. And so we always ate the same stuff over and over again that I got tired. Like chicken tonight. Do you remember that?
No.
Ugh.
What chicken tonight? What's that look good. Look at that.
It was just too saucy. Oh,
that look good.
Well, they need some pasta though. That's just chicken and broccoli.
But that broccoli looks so delicious.
Let's see what this chicken tonight. Let's see if they're gonna show it. Yeah, girl, they had a whole commercial. I feel like chicken tonight.
Okay.
Like chicken
Okay.
tonight.
Okay. I remember that now. Chicken tonight.
I didn't like it because it was always so saucy, just too much. And then you get tired because you eating it all the time, or whatever.
I don't remember eating it though.
Bless it. And then when my mom, bless my mama heart, I love my mom to death. I love my mom to death. But when she was trying to learn how to cook holiday dinner, and she always messed it up every year. She messed it up every year. It was either too much or not enough of something. And if it was too much, it never got done. If it wasn't enough, it burnt. You know, it was always something. But she kept trying, and then 1 year, bam, she nailed it. And by the end, though, I was grown. I was grown and had kids when she nailed it. And she been hitting it on point ever since. I can't cook like my mom cooked, but I can cook. My kids, they blessed. But when I cook my holiday dinners, I cook it all homemade and everything. And I'll tell you about the time I cooked the Thanksgiving dinner because I had to go to work, and then my kids ate it up and then said they didn't eat it.
Mm-hmm. You tell.
It had a whole little section made like Africa missing out of it. and Mom, I had to go out to my auntie house to eat because they ate the Thanksgiving dinner and it wasn't time for them to eat it. And Mama said, well, you know, I saw them kids eating that food. And I asked them kids, if your mama know y'all in here eating this food? Yes, ma'am.
Just lying.
And then I get there and ain't nothing left but like the outside of the dressing, just the crust part of the dressing.
That's the best part of the dressing.
They ate all the meat out the dressing. They ate all the center part of the dressing, girl. I swear, my kids. I think my kids be trying me. They be trying to see what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna react, boy.
They have to.
Oh, remember these dresses? Look at them dresses. Them big old puffball,
yes,
fluffy dresses.
That's just like the shirts and everything. With you have the shoulder pads in them.
Yeah. Oh man, the good old days. What you don't recall, Day?
Girl, all this stuff was before your time.
What you don't recall? Let's see what she talked about if she don't recall something. I want to see if I could find this picture because I'm sure a lot of people that know me, they know exactly what I'm talking about and how my kids went down through there with my food and ate it up. Oh, I almost forgot, even though I keep saying that I was going to talk about it. But I got the cards in.
Let's see these misspelled words.
What? Let's see. Okay.
Maybe they fixed it.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe they did.
Now, I got these off of Amazon, okay? Now, we just went over some cards. But we're going to see what these... They say these are supposed to be the perfect date night cards to go over with.
Get over there, get over there. Go, dog, go. Oh, no.
Look at here. Look at how this tore. But you're going back if you're not right. So I don't care if you don't tore or not. Ain't got no business turning. Why was you attached anyway? Okay. We're going to see what it do with these cards, y'all. I hope y'all ready for this. I really wanted to save these cards for Saturday, but I'm nosy. And I want to know.
We can just do a recap.
Tonight's conversation, the question that invokes deep, stimulating, and tantalizing conversation.
We'll
The date night experience. The date night experience. It says it twice, y'all.
Is that a misprint?
You're looking to test the compatibility of a potential partner. Yeah, it says it right there twice.
Yeah, but is it a misprint?
I think so. Test the compatibility of a potential partner, strengthen the bond of an existing relationship, or spice up game night. Tonight's conversation is a fun and engaging way to spark conversation with the one you care about most.
Girl, look at this woman makeup. I hope that's fake. I hope that's
What she
like
got going on?
Look at her makeup.
She was living her dream until one viral video changed everything.
But look at her makeup.
She resigns after backlash over the TikTok program.
Maybe that's a costume.
Video. Maybe it is. If she were doing TikTok videos.
Yeah, but maybe this ain't from the video.
And she went viral. Okay, y'all. Ugh.
I'm glad you smelled it and not me.
These cards stink.
They've been sitting in a warehouse.
Let's start there. They were in plastic.
In a warehouse.
Okay, so let's start there.
They weren't sealed. It was loosely wrapped.
Okay, the first card that I come across, just separating the deck, says, is divorce ever an option for you? Why or why not?
Hell yes.
What do you love most about life? And these are just random, y'all.
Wait.
Okay. Tell me about a time when you broke someone's trust and what you did to gain it back. Hey, this is kind of interesting. Could you date a person with children?
Yes.
No. It depends on the age of those children. If they're little, no. We already went over that.
We sure did.
Oh, your sex tape just leaked online.
Not making one.
What's the first thing you're doing after you find out?
Making another one. You gotta up the one that got leaked.
Let's go. Okay, maybe.
I'm just saying.
You know what? Starting Saturday. Starting Saturday. I'm gonna pop out with these cards, okay? We're gonna pop out with these cards. Y'all let me know if y'all think this is a good idea, okay? We're gonna pop out with these cards and we're gonna debate this.
Yin and yang. Polar opposites.
We're gonna debate this, okay?
Debate what?
Now y'all tell me if my answer versus your answer.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
You know?
Y'all need to watch
and see what our responses are to these cards. And then not only that,
opposites.
If y'all want to get involved,
get your popcorn and your Coke, your cookies, cake, candy, all of that.
Describe a time when you settled for less than you deserved.
I left him.
my ordeal is not to settle for less than I deserve. Point blank period. So we're just gonna start.
When I realized it and it wasn't going to progress, I left his ass.
Listen, we're gonna start with that card right there.
Sometimes you don't realize it's not what you deserve. So
no, the moment you realize,
I left him.
The moment you realize that you are getting the short end of the stick,
I left him.
It's time to start figuring out what you want to do.
Leave.
If you still want to walk around with that short end of the stick,
leave.
Or do some evaluations and make some changes.
Leave.
And then it says, what lesson did you learn from it? Not to go that route again.
That part.
No reruns. So we're gonna do, how many cards we gonna do? 3. I'll do 3. That way we don't run through the deck.
Oh, come on right now? Are you talking about Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going ahead and pop this off now since we read around the
cards.
Wait.
Did they put it in the oven or did they? Wait, I need to watch that again. Oh.
I can't find the ones that I already went through. So if we go through them again, y'all just know that, it's not intentional. We don't have to go through them like in a row if you don't want to. If you just want to just pull, you a random card. You want to pull one?
Sure.
Let me just pull you a random card. However you want to do it.
Show how to solid biscuit eater. Oh, they baked. Have you ever blown up, called or text repeatedly without getting a response? Someone's phone before? If so, what was the reason? No, because my max call or text is 2.
I feel like define blow up. Like
some people repeatedly call.
Doing it.
Some people repeatedly. Some people do that. I don't. Yeah. Mine used to be 3. Now it's 2. Yeah. I don't get a response after 2. I'm done. I'm not gonna call, text, or whatever ever until you respond. Yeah. You don't respond, you don't hear from me anymore. Period. Yeah. Point blank. I'm not gonna waste my time. My time is too valuable. Time is something you can't get back.
I'm not as strict as her, but I'm definitely not a blow-upper.
I am.
I will text you, and I will if you respond to me that day, okay, great. But if you don't and you respond to me the next day, I'm gonna be off that topic. I'm like, listen, that was yesterday.
But I will say, if you're someone who I know is someone who usually responds, and you don't, then I might call maybe some hours later just to check on you, make sure you're good. And that's going to be, and if you answer, I'll be like, you good?
That's understandable.
And they'll be like, yeah, why? I'm like, oh, okay, click. Just to make sure you're good.
I can see it, yeah.
But as far as holding the conversation, no, that's over.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna sit there and just blow it up. No. I mean, if you respond, okay. If you don't respond, then I'll just answer it for you.
Because I'm of the mindset that it takes a few seconds to respond.
Yeah, especially.
And you make time for people you want to make time for.
If you intend to answer anyway.
Yeah, you make time for people you want to make time for.
If you intend to answer. I agree. Okay, describe you ideal mate. I'm sure they meant to say your.
See, there go one of them.
When it comes to dating, what is your ideal mate?
Oh, I'm glad you pulled that one. Golly.
Okay, well, since I pulled it, let's see. What is my ideal mate?
That's kind of hard for you.
No, it's not. It's real easy. You have to definitely be a person that has character. You have to have a sense of humor. Mainly, you have to be able to make me laugh, and you have to be able to laugh yourself. Don't mind seeing me smile, and know how to have a good time. And of course, you don't have to be drop dead gorgeous. I'm over that phase because they are all ass.
No.
So I'm not gonna say they are, but I don't want no guy that's just so hell bent on his looks because he's self-aware.
That takes longer to get ready than you.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to know that you done fell and hurt yourself at some point. And don't mind showing the scar.
Okay.
You know how to dress and not in an abundant, outrageous look at me kind of way. But you know how to dress attractive and carry yourself as such.
Okay. What about a supporter?
A what?
A supporter. Someone who supports you.
We're dating. I don't need you to support me.
Wait. Oh, you're right. My bad.
But do you have a job? You know what I'm saying? Are you a go-getter? Have you been there? You don't have to. It could be a fresh job, but I don't want nobody that's been hopscotching.
Oh yeah, I was about to say you don't need to have 12 jobs in 1 year.
Yeah. Even though when I was younger, I was a hopscotcher, but not because I could not hold a job. I needed to find a job that was gonna fit my family needs.
That's different.
Because I had 4 kids and no babysitters. So I needed to find that job that was going to allow me to not need to ask people to watch my kids. And understand that I can't be here because they're sick.
Right. You needed that fit.
So once I found that fit, then I was good.
Did you get those eye drops?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put them in. Yeah, you just got to be confident, definitely. Okay. I mean, that's my ideal person. Know how to treat me. I don't have to be spoiled, but you definitely have to know how to treat me.
I don't know. I think I want to be spoiled.
And how do you treat your mama? I got to see that. I probably want to meet your mama like the first week we date.
Oh no, because I don't want to meet her that soon.
I want to see how you interact with your mama, like how you treat her.
I don't want to meet her that soon. Yeah. Not that soon.
I do.
I don't. Nope, because it might not even go anywhere.
Well, that's fine. That's fine too. I done met a lot of mamas, and then to this day they see me, they be like, "Boy, I sure wish my son was with you."
Yeah, I get some of those. I still have some calling me daughter-in-law.
I know my mama know this lady. I cannot remember her name for nothing, but I do know her name was Carol, and she was just as sweet as she could be. And she saw a picture of me in high school. Well, I was still young. I was young. She saw a picture, one of my high school pictures, and I guess my mama must have been at work showing off my pictures and stuff. And she wanted one and gave it to her son, and she wanted to hook her son up with me. She wanted to hook her son up with me.
How that gonna work?
Baby, she had it all planned out. Okay. And so I was curious. She was a nurse. I was like, I'm single now. Me and my boyfriend, we done broke up, so I'm single. She said, yeah, I would love it if you can go on a date with my son. He's real quiet type. He doesn't get out much. He's just to himself. And I really want grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm young still. Not trying to have kids. I was like, but I don't mind him taking me to the movies. That would be fine.
So she just done already planned y'all future.
Yeah, she had it all planned out for years. Even we never went on that date. I met him. He wasn't a bad looking fella. He was very, very nice, very quiet into himself, you know. But we never went on that date, unfortunately. So what's his name? What's his name? Chris. I'm gonna have to ask my mama, cause I know she know. I know she know. My sister might know. For all I can remember. But it was just cute that honey, she was really trying to fix me up with her son, based off of how I looked and everything like that. Oh yeah, I gotta hook you up with my son. You're a very sweet young lady, which I was a sweet young lady, but I was just kind of throwback that she was ready.
I'm kind of scared to read this card.
What is her? You already read this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put them over here.
You or your significant other becomes pregnant, and she, or I guess it's supposed to be approaches. It says approaches you about an abortion. What would be your response? Sure. Let's go. I don't want no more kids. Who paying? I'm not. Why are you looking like that?
If
What?
is,
Wait.
is
Well,
this
you know
supposed
what?
to be a
Wait.
boyfriend or just somebody I'm
Well,
messing with?
it says significant other.
Okay, so somebody I'm with.
Well, actually, you know what? It depends on the approach. It depends on how the wordage. If he came at me aggressive, or if it was more soft and gentle, or if it was just a casual conversation. Like, so what we gonna do? Like, hell, no, what you wanna do? But first of all, it can't happen unless there's some sort of divine intervention. But yeah, it just depends on the approach. Now, if you come with, man, I don't want no more kids. I'm like, but shit, you should have thought about that shit.
Me, I'm probably gonna slap you.
What?
Because the term is significant. That means we've been together
Or married.
or married. And I'm pregnant and you don't want it and you expect me to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to jail.
It's just
I'm probably gonna slap you.
well for me.
I'm gonna think that you need something some sense slapped into you somehow.
For me, like I said, it depends on the approach and it depends on who.
But if I don't slap you, I'm just gonna probably just be in a state of shock, definitely. And if we live together, one of us, that would be you, would have to go.
For me it depends on the approach and it depends on who. Because I know one person would be like,
It ain't no nice way to tell nobody.
Well, I don't know.
It ain't no nice way to tell a significant other
for
that
me,
you don't want the child.
At this point in my life, my baby is 21.
That's giving me Carmelo Anthony and
Lala
vibes right there.
My baby is 21
because he didn't want to have no more kids with her.
21.
And that was his wife.
21. What do I look like starting over? 21. And then pop out a baby. Hell no.
Even if I was one of them women that was crazy, I will say that. And said, I'll just have as many kids as my body says I should have. And you come tell me that? Like I said, significant other means we have been together. One of us, that would be you, would have to go.
I don't know. Well, yeah, it depends on the person. It depends on the person and the approach.
And being that I didn't make the child by myself, yes, I am going to put you on child support. You don't have to want the child. I don't. If you want to be involved, you can. But if you don't, just drop your check off in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even let you pick them out.
I know we can go that far.
I'll even let you pick them out.
Yeah, it depends on the approach and the person.
Yep, that would be me. Because I'm not going to argue with somebody that don't want a child. I'm not. And I'm not going to want you to be around a child you don't want. That would be me, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was saying, like that young man that don't want nothing to do with his child, and everybody leave him alone. He has told her that he don't want her and he don't want nothing to do with the child. Why would you want to put your baby in a position around a man that already does not see her as his daddy? As her daddy.
Mm-hmm.
If he fathered her for 6 years, and it's like, okay, that's fine and dandy. But once he found out that that was not his child, and then his family got involved and invited the little girl over because they still consider her their niece and stuff like that.
Then that's them.
That's them. That's fine and dandy. And it was the aunt's house or sister's house or whoever she was. It was her house. She invited the child over there, and the guy was there, and he got upset. Who's in the wrong? I said, well, kind of the family is a little bit in the wrong for interfering because they're going through something that is fresh, and he's been lied to for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And now you done put this man in the presence of a child that's not his. And so I'm like, leave him.
And it's like putting
leave him
salt in a wound.
Yeah, leave him alone. Let it simmer, and then let him come to terms with it all. And he may come around on his own. You don't force it down his throat by inviting her over, and he's not expecting to see her.
That's gonna make him
hate her.
Even
he's and now the child has to witness this pushback. And now I don't do her like that. She missed her daddy.
That's not her daddy.
He's letting you know that he no longer considers her his daughter, at least at the moment.
Because he was lied to.
So don't put her in the presence of a man that don't consider her as his child. That's how I see it. So if you're my significant other and I'm pregnant and you tell me that you don't want it, I don't want my baby around you. But you can leave your check in the mail. Because I didn't make it by myself. Now if you come around and you act like you got some sense, then yes, you can be a part of your child's life. But the moment you show me every time you're around that child, you acting a donkey, I'm cutting it off. That's me. But like I said, my first reaction, though, I probably slap shit out of you. Just for having the audacity to tell your significant other. So I'm either your longtime girlfriend, and that significant other means we live together, or we're married.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just depends on the approach and the person for me.
How can you approach somebody and tell them you don't want it, except for be upset that they're pregnant?
Because, I mean, there can be circumstances.
They can come and say, well, I want you to get rid of it.
Well, no, they might not come like that, though. They may just be like, I think this is something that this is something that both of us need to talk about because it's going to affect both of us. There are different approaches or different ways you can talk about circumstances that affect more than one person's life.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I agree.
Like I said, it just depends on the approach and, for me, the person.
Nope, I done got excited or scared, whichever one it is, but not scared enough to be like.
Because who's to say that it may come at a time just say if it's me, it may come at a time in my life where I'm thinking, damn, I don't want another kid. My son just turned 21. I'll be starting all the way over. I'm damn near 50. What the hell do I look like having a baby at this age? I'm AMA. This baby can be born with all type of disabilities. I really be pushing it. I might be putting myself in a financial bind.
Well, I mean, but that's you thinking about your risk.
But this is just talking about it. So this is what I'm thinking to myself. I hadn't even
That's
voiced.
What I'm saying. This is I
hadn't even voiced this to him.
This is just your
But
thoughts.
then he later says that approaches about an abortion. So I mean, who's to say that? I'm just saying it depends on the approach.
If it's something like that, and it comes and because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna know first, unless he's just really in tune with your body, and some men are. Then and he's like I said, he's really in tune. But you're contemplating this because you found out first, and now you got to figure out how to tell him. Well, you've already contemplating your possibilities. And then if he comes to you and say, that's not something that I'm ready for right now, I just enjoy being with just you, me and you, and that's going to kind of take away from that. I enjoy our time, our travel, our this, our that, our lifestyle, and all that. Then yeah, that can help you with your thoughts. That ain't me. I'm a homemaker, so I'm like, sir. What did you just say? Are you crazy? We are married. And you know what? I'm not gonna argue with you. You know what a dough is. Oh, don't forget your clothes. Don't forget your clothes.
See, we are total opposites.
You don't love me no more. Oh, I'll always probably love you. Now, when you get your act together, you can knock back on that door and we'll try again.
Maybe.
with this belly. With this belly that's going to be growing, sir. Because it's not going anywhere. Now, thankfully, I don't have to worry about that. Since I was in my 20s.
Yep, me too.
So,
and definitely since I was in my 30s.
But if I had to deal with that, like I said, if I had to deal with that, then yes.
I don't know.
That would be my reaction.
I don't know. Somebody told me I need to have a uterine implant. Boy, you crazy.
The devil is a lie.
You are crazy. I would not. But even if I was young enough. Well.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more. And if you want to do one more, you can. Okay, if you were to cook for me right now, what dish would you make and why?
I already know.
Now, let's just say if I was to cook for that person, then the dish that I would definitely go for would probably be a smothered pork chop dish. Wholesome, fulfilling, mouth-watering. All those things. And it to me, when you have somebody that can cook, if you're a guy and you got a woman that throw down like that on the first meal, then yeah, when you get through being full, we can have some great sex.
Not on a hell no, not on no full stomach. No,
I said when you get through being full.
That woman up there. Shit, when you get through being full, you ready to take a nap. You gonna lay there, get comfortable, doze off a little bit, then wake up and then have some. Yeah, that's how you do that.
Yeah. But I throw down on a smothered pork chop meal.
Oh, a pork chop do sound good with some mashed potatoes and green beans, or some corn and a good old roll, or some rice and green beans.
See. Now, if I didn't make that, then it would
or some Salisbury steak.
It'll be either be a roast or a meatloaf.
Oh, I had a good old roast in
Yeah.
With some mashed potatoes and gravy. Ooh.
You can't. I don't want no mashed potatoes with my roast. Now you give me some sauteed potatoes.
Who don't eat mashed potatoes with a roast?
Me. Oh. Some marinated potatoes with some carrots and everything like that. Yes. got you. It's good. It's good. That's probably one of the first meals I learned how to make. Was a roast. Now, if a guy gonna cook for me,
Give me some surf and turf.
my heart is with fish. If you can cook some fish, real good fish.
I want a good old medium rare steak with some lobster.
I'm not a steak person. My body can't digest steak. But fish definitely. Yeah.
But you know, I'm not gonna be expensive. I'll take some. I'll take some good old fried.
Or some good chicken.
Some good old fried fish with some shrimp. Oh.
I don't do shrimp. Don't get it for me because you're gonna be mad because I'm gonna be done threw them things out. Brian got me some shrimp one time, and I seen that little black thingy on one of them. I threw the whole batch out the window.
And you would have went out the window with it.
Like, what is this?
Oh God!
And I cried at Red Lobster.
When they came and got the lobster.
Well, I ain't never been. So I'll tell y'all this short story. Did I tell you about the Red Lobster stories? I ain't never been. And I just seen all these big old fish tanks everywhere. So I was thinking, oh, you get to take one of them home.
No, you finna eat it.
And they said, Mom, you want to go over there and pick out you a lobster? She like, sure. So I take her over there and she picked out a lobster and we go back. Because when they came to me, I ordered off of a ordering menu. I didn't know you had to go pick out your own lobster.
Yummy, yummy, yummy to my tummy.
And they brought that lobster over there to that table.
Oh, nice and red.
And they brought my fish over there to that table with her lobster. And they said, Mom, is this the lobster you picked? She said, yeah. I started crying. I couldn't even eat my fish.
I would have ate it for you.
They said, what's wrong, Lacey? Why you crying? I said, she picked that lobster. And she gonna eat it.
And I would have got the thing that said,
it was alive.
So was that fish you about to eat?
I didn't have to go pick it.
Ooh.
I was crying full-fledged tears, y'all.
I would have been so mean. I would have opened up. I would have got that lobster. Here, you want some?
I was crying full-fledged tears. I couldn't eat my fish. I said, I saw that lobster swimming over there in the tank.
I said, you helped me pick him out.
I didn't have to pick it out. I just sat there and looked. She picked it out on her own.
Girl, lobster is the best.
Yeah, I sat there crying, honey. And I ain't been to Red Lobster since. It's shut down now, thank God.
Not all of them.
Well, the one here is good as gone. Good as gone. Thank God.
Okay, last card.
I was traumatized.
Oh, hell. I should pick the better card.
We'll pick up the other card.
Okay, yeah, this one ain't about poop-a-doop-a-doop. That one was so boring. It said, what does a typical Friday night look like for you? Not a damn thing right now. Oh, this ain't nothing either.
Okay, pick a number.
But I'm going to read it. It says...
No, don't read
okay,
it.
Okay. Why am I getting all these boring? Give me something. Pick out a card. Any card.
Listen.
Okay, I'm gonna
leave it like this. No, you got one more pick if it ain't what to do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel your partner should contribute equally to all household bills? Why or why not? Shit, he down.
This is a trick question. Listen,
You laughing at me?
the Bible said if you do not work, you
do not eat. Hell yeah.
my eye. Listen. My eye hurt.
Why or why not? If you want to
Listen.
take a bath, you want your clothes clean, you want to eat, you gonna contribute.
Listen, if you don't have a job,
Got to
okay.
have a job if you want to be.
If you don't have a job, then your job is to be the housemate. That is your job.
And you know what? I don't have a problem with that.
That means when I come home,
The house need to be clean.
I want the house clean. I want
Food,
the dinner made.
and all
I
of
want
that.
the laundry done. I want the kids in order.
Mm-hmm.
I want. And now, if there's homework that you don't understand, definitely that is my job to help in that department as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not solely have you raising the kids by yourself just because you're the housemate. But definitely, if you do not have a job,
You will become the domestic engineer.
yeah, yes, you would definitely have to do that.
I'll walk in and say, "Honey, I'm home."
And that's your contribution to our household. You know what I'm saying? But if that is not what you want to do, that door is always open.
Oh yeah, Saturday gonna be fun.
And that door is open for you to go out of it. And you can come back when you know how to act.
No,
And
he
that know
gonna
how
find,
to act
he gonna find
means
somebody who gonna take care of him.
they know how to act means that either you're going to be my partner or you're not. And if you're not going to work, then you have to take care of the house.
And that's it. People don't know the definition of a partnership.
That's a partnership still to me. If I'm a housewife, my job is not to just sit at the house and just be your wife. And then you come home and it's in disarray. And the kids running all over the place.
Or
they acting like they ain't got
they
no
know the
home
time that
training.
you coming home, and then it's like 15,
Dinner's,
20 minutes
yeah.
before that's when they want to hop up and start trying to get stuff
Yeah,
together, running
dinner's not
dishwater,
ready. Right.
and just now starting dinner, and just now starting to sweep and mop the floor, and trying just now. That's
Yeah.
when they just now starting to do stuff. It's 15 to 20 minutes before you starting to get ready to come home. They're calling to say, "Hey, what time are you going to be home?" "Okay. Dinner will be ready when you get here." No.
No. You become the housemate. You know, if I'm gonna be the breadwinner, you are the housemate. You have to take care of the house especially in my absence. If I'm home and it's something I want to do for my home, then okay. That's on my own free will, not because I have to. It's because I want to contribute as well in that department of my home and be connected with my home. And because a lot of people, husbands don't. If husbands working, the wives take care of everything. Husbands don't know where to find stuff in the house
At all.
or for the wives that's spoiled and the husbands work and do everything for them because they lazy. They don't know what to do when the husband's no longer of this earth. So it's like, or the she's a housewife and she's handling the house, but she don't know how to handle the bills because she hasn't worked. All that's the issue for me. I can't be no housewife. It's not gonna work. Because for one, I don't know how to sit down. You gonna leave me at that house and I'm gonna have a whole damn business going on, still working from home. So I can't just sit there and just tend the kids all day and tend to the house and watch soap operas and do dishes and cook and clean and laundry. And I don't want to have that type of life.
He paid her $1 million up front. That Anthony dude.
Okay.
$5,000 a month.
So that's what he gave her.
Mm-hmm. That money will be gone in a year.
That's not going to last her.
70% of that should have been put in a trust. Sorry to get off subject.
Yeah.
He paid her $1 million.
I mean, $100,000 wasn't enough for her, and if she took him for child support, then yeah.
Yeah, he paid her $1 million in child support, covering 18 years worth of payments. That's $5,000 a month. Don't ask me for nothing for the next 18 years. With the way she looked, that'll be gone in a year.
She already spent a lot of it on her boobs.
Hey, on her whole body. That's not her body. She may work out, but she's had some enhancements.
Yeah. There you have it.
And she gonna keep her hair done.
I didn't look up how much he
gave her. I just opened Facebook to see.
And it's showing.
Yeah, and that's what popped up.
Well, like I said, I applaud the young man. Because I mean, he told her he don't want the child. He gave her the money to get rid of the child. And that she agreed to get rid of just so she can swindle him out of $100,000 to keep the child. He shouldn't have even been obligated to pay child support for a child that he gave her money for.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. Oh, look at that bud in my hair.
Leave your hair.
Well, I'm not messing with it. I just see like this little old knot just sticking out here all by its little self. But y'all, if y'all just not jumping on this feed, today is Freestyle Thursday. Anything goes. And we were speaking on those kids, those students. Now I'm not gonna call them kids. They are young adults, young men and women. They walking out this classroom because they tired of being taught or not being taught by substitute teachers. You know, they want to learn. So, and they doing it with a protest. And then we spoke about Edward's baby mama swindling him out of money, and then he getting the upper hand by just paying her in one big lump sum, which she's gonna run through it. Real quick, we was talking about somebody had brought it to my attention that they was thinking about putting a statue up for the Lakers, and they was considering LeBron James. Are you laughing at me? Oh. They were considering LeBron James for this statue. I don't dislike LeBron. So let me start there. I don't dislike him, okay? But I don't feel like he has contributed enough to the Lakers to get a statue.
Wait, who does he play for now?
The Lakers.
Oh, you do. My bad.
And that's who does he play for now?
That's why I asked.
If anybody should be on the statue, it should be
Kobe.
And why Kobe was never an option is beyond me.
This is why I laughed.
Look at his face. He said, I never called you stupid, but when I asked you to spell orange and you asked me the fruit or color, it kind of caught me off guard.
That caught me off guard. Dude, you spelled the same.
Listen, you just pick whichever one you want to spell. It don't matter.
Either one. Take a pick. Ooh, now that's a good one.
Y'all tell me who y'all think should get this statue. Because right now I'm probably sounding like I'm a LeBron hater. I do not dislike LeBron. I just feel like he has not contributed to the Lakers enough to be on a statue for the Lakers. No, that's just how I feel. Yeah, I'll say that for Tuesday. Other than that, you guys, if y'all haven't done so already, y'all push the like button. Tell me what y'all think. Even if y'all give me the thumbs down, that is okay too. But if you're going to give me the thumbs down, let me know why. I might consider why you don't like it. Changing some things up. Other than that,
I need to get me a snacky snack. Ew, pepperoni pizza buns. Pepperoni is disgusting.
yeah. So so I'm still gonna applaud Edwards because all these girls are obviously jump offs, and he has no intentions of having babies with these young ladies. And he's telling them that he don't want these babies, and they want money. So, and they done had these babies. So, just listen, just pay all of them, and be done. Just be done with all of them. Since you don't want the kids, you don't want none of the kids. Just be done.
Oh shit, that's so big.
But these are all the
Well,
women.
my thing, if you're gonna do it like that, put at least 70% of that in a trust, because them kids are not gonna have any money when they get older.
These are all the women right here. She the only one that don't fit the bill. You see all them look similar?
They do. He has a type.
Yeah. And then bam, there she is. That's the only one he care about. He only claiming a kid with her. And the rest of them were just knockoffs. So I mean, but my advice to that young man, either you get a vasectomy just to say, just not it, that's not 100%, but just to say you tried.
Wrap it up.
Or that's what I was gonna say.
Because you can catch something that you cannot get rid of.
That was also what I was gonna say. Or you need to start wearing some protection, and even and make sure you issue your own pack, and you put it on yourself, and you take it off yourself, and you discard it yourself.
Because they will go in the trash, use a turkey baster, and impregnate themselves.
Yeah. So there you have it. I'm not condoning his irresponsibility, but I'm applauding him to say that he doesn't want the kids, but he has to pay for the kids. So I'm just going to give you all the money up front because I don't want nothing to do with you and the kid. I don't want to keep having to come up here and feel like I got to see you. Just take all your money up front and leave me alone. So, but other than that, you guys, I don't have anything else left to say. Can you believe it?
Nope, I can't believe it.
I don't have anything else left to say. I will be back on here on Relationship Saturday. And I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I can tell y'all that now. But I do know that we're going to come back with some more of these cards. So if y'all want to respond to some of these cards on what we did talk about, which there were quite a few. Do you feel both partners should contribute equally to all household bills? If you were to cook for your partner, what dish would you make and why? You and your significant other become pregnant, become pregnant, and he or she approaches you about an abortion. Oh, what if it's the woman that tell you she don't want it?
I don't want no kids by you.
And she wants to abort. What do you do as a man? That's what I want to know. What do you do as a man? How would you feel?
Why did Shirt say I miss Obama? I miss Obama.
Have you ever blown up, called, or texted repeatedly without getting a response to someone's phone before? And if so, what was the reason? Describe your ideal mate when it comes to dating. And describe a time when you settled for less than you deserve. And what lesson did you learn from it?
I left.
So, those were tonight's conversation date night card that we and we did say some random fews earlier. You know, we can't even count those because I don't even remember what they were, and I put them back in the deck. But if you feel the need to come in on those, just let me know. Okay. Other than that, I'll see you guys on Relationship Saturday and again on Hot Topic Tuesday. I'm still kind of lit. Am I doing it wrong? What's the heart? Oh, I was doing it wrong.
What you do?
Huh?
What you do?
You didn't see that?
I saw the heart. What did you do?
I was trying to put my hearts up there, but then let me see my graffiti.
Maybe you're doing it too high.
Graffiti.
Spirit fingers. Spirit fingers.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. I was trying to get this to kind of do some little. Okay, it's not gonna do it. But at least I got the heart down. Okay, I'll settle for that. Okay, and will it? Can you see you? Oh, what if I do an applause? No, no. We look crazy. We look crazy trying to get this thing to kind of do what we needed to do.
You doing it high, I'm doing it low.
Bye, y'all. Don't pay us no mind.
Well, that works.
At least we got the hearts, y'all. That's how we feel about y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. And we will see y'all next time, okay? Have fun like we have fun. Bye.
Oh, bye.